Hello, my name is Marcus. I'm the managing member of Trust2, and all the time I get questions about stores and selling stuff online and what's a good market, what's not a good market. And I thought that I would take a few moments to start doing some videos about maybe some things that can help you be a better seller online and be more successful. And I got an email from a guy named Ben. I'll leave his last name out. Didn't have his permission to even talk about this, so we'll just leave him anonymous. And he's got a power leveling site that he's looking to put up. And power leveling is a market, of course, where you go and you take other people's accounts and you level them up and you charge them for that. There's also some other areas that could be involved in, but simply that's what it is. So he asked me for some advice, and one of the things that I had mentioned to him was the key to success is not taking any fraud. And fraud is really the bane of any companies that are coming out these days. The majority of all of the other stores I see come online that are dealing in these virtual markets, half of them disappear within a month or two. And it's not because they don't have good ideas, it's not because they don't have good products, it's because the damn scammers, thieves, these guys, they figure out how to get around their anti-fraud, if they have any at all, and take their money. Well, once you've been taken, it's a real problem, because you can only go for so long. In fact, I can tell you a little story about when I first opened up my first store. It was shatteredcrystal.com, and we were selling game codes there, which the game codes are like the registration codes and game time, stuff like that. This one customer one night came in and bought all of my inventory. And I had, I think, about $13,000 worth of inventory on the store. And it was really exciting to see that I had sold so much stuff. Except then I had this really sinking feeling after seeing, waking up in the morning, seeing my PayPal account had, I don't know, I had a couple thousand in there before, and then another $13,000 in there. And I'm going, holy cow, I got $15,000. I can buy more product and I can do this again. Well, then, I didn't think much of it because they were all different names on all the payments that came in and stuff. And so I was really excited. But looking a little closer, I'm like, okay, so this was very successful. How can I repeat this success? And so I start to look into it because I want to do it again. I want to do it over and over and over again, just like a machine. If you got something good, you can make it work. You continue to get that machine going over and over and over again, and that's how you make money. So I look closer and I find out that all of these people have the same email domain. And I'm thinking, oh man, I got really sick to my stomach at that point because I thought, holy crap, I've just been taken. And so I go and look, and sure enough, all of them had the same IP. All of them had the same email domain. It was a different name at each one of them. It was like, first name at whatever the domain was. I don't even remember what the domain was. This was several years ago. And so I go look closer and I'm like, holy crap, I've just been taken and I've lost all this product. So that's just one example of fraud. Obviously, I made it through that. I figured things out. That was back when I had all of my anti-fraud was purely electronic. There was no human involvement. There was no one overlooking any of the transactions. And this person figured out that he could buy so much per day, but as long as he came back with a new PayPal account each time, or a new PayPal email address, that he could make another purchase. So while I limited people to 1 or 2 codes a day to reduce my exposure, once he figured this out, he just went and replicated it. And it's just like the machine I talked about being successful, doing it over and over and over again. So, he did that, and it was like, I don't know how many sales it was, but it was quite a few, and they had spent a little bit of time setting this up, obviously, so I start to go through and do all this fraud stuff, trying to figure out what the hell happened, and it turned out it was a stolen credit card that they used to make a purchase to buy this domain. And then once they had the domain, they set up email on it, and then they made all these PayPal accounts, and so goes the story. I lost all the money, by the way. I did not get a single dime of that. PayPal returned all the money to the original owner, and I was out all of the product, because by the time I realized what was going on and I tried even recovering any of it, there was nothing I could do. I couldn't get that product back. So the key to fraud, or the key to success, is to reduce the fraud or remove it. And so fraud cannot be automated, or anti-fraud cannot be automated. You can automate it to a certain point, but at a particular point, when the humans who are doing the fraud figure out the patterns of your anti-fraud that's done electronically, because it always does the same pattern every time, they figure out how to exploit that, and they do. So what I found out was, with every successful company online since then, is that if I can remove the fraud and have a good product, of course, something's needed and wanted by everybody and they're willing to pay for it, if I can remove the fraud or greatly reduce it, then I have a really good chance of being successful. And so that's what we do at all of our stores now. And so Ben asked, why did I say removing the fraud was the key to success? And that's really it, because if you have a crap product, you're not going to sell anything. If you have, really horrible customer service, you may sell stuff. We've all purchased from those places where they're the only people that have what you want, but they give really crappy customer service. But if you are taking fraud, you're going to be taken. So, key to success: make sure you remove the fraud. And if you can remove the fraud, you then have the ability to be successful.